Okay, we have inertia and mass. So, what is inertia? Inertia actually the opposition of a body. Yeah, this is actually natural tendency of an object to resist changes in its state of motion or in a state of rest. Okay, inertia actually when a body is at rest and you want to start motion in a body, so that body will show a position. Okay, you want to apply force on the body, start motion in this body. So this body will show resistance. That resistance, that tendency of show resistance is called what? The inertia of a body. Or if a body is in motion, for example, this moving with the velocity, and you want to stop this body, so it will show a reaction. That reactive force, that opposition force is called what? The inertia of an object. In inertia of an object directly related with the mass of an object. For example, for higher masses, if more masses, greater will be the inertia. Uh, we also can define mass, that mass actually the measure of inertia of a body, measure of inertia. There are different type of inertia, like you can say inertia of motion, inertia of rest, and inertia of direction. Three things, like motion, you can say inertia of rest, and inertia of direction. For example, a body is in motion and you want to stop motion of body, so it will show resistance. When a body is at rest, you want to start motion, so it will show resistance. And about direction, if you want to change the direction of a body, so a body want to continue its direction, so it will show a position. That a position is called what? The inertia. Three different type inertia: motion, rest, and direction. And inertia is directly related with the mass of an object. Clear? Okay. uh, we also have Newton's second law, and Newton's second law actually says that a statement of Newton's second law is that when you apply force on a body, it will start motion, it will produce acceleration, and that acceleration is directly proportional to the force of, yeah, applied force. Yes, like force applied to a body, for example, if applied to this mass, it will produce acceleration in this mass. Force is a vector quantity, acceleration is also a vector quantity. So Newton says that this acceleration is directly proportional to force, yeah, applied force. This is statement number one. Second statement is that acceleration is inversely proportional to the mass. So these two statements, first, force applied to a body, it will start acceleration, it will produce acceleration, and that acceleration depend upon force. If you increase force, acceleration will also increase. Second, acceleration has inverse relation with mass. Inverse relation, for example, for large bodies, large mass, you can produce less acceleration. For for example, less mass, you can produce high acceleration. This inverse relationship. So if you combine these, A is directly proportional to F divided by M. F from first 1 over M means divided by M. Or A is equal to what? F divided by M in equation form. When you multiply M with A, so F is equal to what? F is equal to MA. This is equation for the Newton's second law. Newton's second law related with three things: force, acceleration, and mass. But in first one, there were no acceleration. Sum of all forces on a body equal to zero, then there is no acceleration. But in Newton's second law of motion, when a body is moving, when a body is in state of motion, so then F is equal to what? F is equal to ma. Here will be acceleration. Yeah, that force is equal to mass time acceleration. So same, you can see three forces applied, two forces applied on the body. Force number one, force number two. Correct. So, for example, in component form, we can say that sum of all forces along x-axis is equal to what? Mass time acceleration along x-axis. Sum of all forces along y-axis is equal to mass time acceleration along y-axis. Same, all forces along z-axis is equal to mass time acceleration along z-axis. So F is equal to ma. This is the main equation for Newton's second law of motion. Clear? So these are in component form. That sum of all forces along x-axis is equal to max. Sum of all forces along y-axis and sum of all forces along z-axis. Let's try to solve some example on Newton's second law of motion. And our first example is, okay, uh, there are three forces acting on an object and they produce acceleration of 3.75. Three forces are given. You can see force number one, force number two, and force number three. Acceleration also produced in this one, and acceleration given, you can see from here that acceleration is equal to 3.75 meter per second. What we need to find? We need to find what is the direction of acceleration of their body. What will be the direction of acceleration? Yes. One body is given. Let's suppose we have this body of mass m. Three forces are acting. Let's suppose one force, second force, this one is third force. So what will be the acceleration of this body? If you know the acceleration, how to find the mass of this body? And third one, how to find velocity? If it starts from zero, so what will be the final velocity of this object? Okay, any idea? First one, how we can find the direction of acceleration? Yes, any one of you? Okay, okay, F by M acceleration. Correct, F by M is acceleration, Maliha. But how we can find the direction of acceleration? In which direction we need angular velocity?
Professor, I think we can add all the forces.
Excellent.
We can add all the forces and there will be a net force, and that time we can, since it has two I and J, so we can use from the equation of, for example, R equals the square root of fx squared plus fy squared. You can find exactly the force, the net force, and then you can use tangent inverse in order to find the direction.
Good. First of all, uh, we need to find what? We need to find x and y component, because uh, from previous uh, chapters we discussed that theta is equal to what? Angle theta is equal to tangent inverse, we have ay component divided by ax component. Same three forces are given, so we need to find x component and y component. So you can say sum of all forces along x-axis. How many forces are along x-axis? I component. This one, this one is second one, and this one is third one. So first one is, you can say, -2. Second one is what? +5. Third one is -45. All these are, you can say, I component. So -2 plus 5 minus 45. Actually, this one equal to uh, -42. -42I. How many forces are along y-axis? So there are only two forces, J, this one and this one. First one is 2, second one is -3. These are J forces. So resultant is actually minus J. -42I and minus J. Sum of all forces along x-axis and y-axis. Now, we can find the value of theta, tangent theta. For example, tangent theta is equal to tan inverse f of y actually -1 divided by f of x is equal to -42. So tan inverse 1 divided by 42. Minus will cancel with minus. So equal to what? Wait. Uh, tan inverse 1 divided by 42 equal to 1.36 something. 1.36. This is degree. In this direction, it will move. It will start motion. Okay, next one. This was the direction. Next one is, what is the mass of an object? Yes, thinking. Mass of the object. So from Newton's second law, we know that F is equal to what? F is equal to ma. So if you want to find the mass, so divide both sides by a. These two cancel. M is equal to what? F divided by a. Okay, we know a value is equal to 3.75 is given. How to find f value? So to find the value of f, okay, so how to find f value? We know that magnitude of f, a magnitude of a vector equal to square root of fx square plus fy square. So we can find if x square is equal to what? Let's suppose if x square is equal to -42 whole square. What about if y square? So if y is -1 whole square, if magnitude is equal to, if we find the square root of, okay, square root of, first we have 42 whole square, then 42 whole square plus we have 1 square or -1 square equal to 42 point something, 42.01. This is the force. So what is mass? Mass is equal to F divided by A, where F is equal to 42 point something divided by acceleration. Acceleration is actually 3.75. So this one equal to 42.01 divided by acceleration 3.75. So 11.20. Acceleration produced is equal to 11.20, 11.2 meter per second square acceleration. Now, how we can solve third option? Tell me. Yes, I want to know if the object is initially at rest, what are the velocity component of object after 10 seconds? How we can find this one? We need velocity. Starting velocity is given 0. So how we can find velocity? Final velocity.
Using the formula for motion in 2 dimension.
Okay, which equation, which formula?
Can use VFX, I think,
Yes.
equals to VI plus AX times T.
Excellent. Yes, we can use the formula. Vf is equal to, this is third one. Vf is equal to Vi plus 80. Initial velocity is 0 plus acceleration is given 3.75. Multiply with time is also given after 10 seconds. So multiply with 10 equal to 37.5. 37.5 the final velocity after 10 seconds. Clear? Easy one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
تفضل اشرح.
Okay, last example. Last example for today. This one is actually a hockey puck or hockey ball. Mass of hockey puck is equal to 0.3 kg. This one, 0.3 kg. Okay, there are two forces acting on the body. You can see force number one, this is making angle 20 degree. Force number two making 60 degree. So what we need to find? We need to find the magnitude and direction of acceleration. How to find magnitude of forces and in which direction it will start moving. It will, for example, continue its motion. So how we can solve? We know that from Newton's second law that F is equal to, you can say that sum of all forces is equal to what? Ma, mass time acceleration. Where mass is given, yeah, force are given. Force number one. Force number one is equal to 5 Newton. Force number two is equal to 8 Newton. So, how you can find acceleration? You can find acceleration, but before find acceleration, you need to find the forces. How many forces are there? And we need to resolve their components. Okay, for first one, if you draw a perpendicular line on x-axis like this one, we have force this side, yeah, F1 is equal to 5 Newton. This one is actually F1y, y component. This side actually is F1x, F1 component along x-axis, where angle is equal to 20 degree. Same, if you draw a vertical line from force number 2, so then one is F2y and this side is actually F1, F2x. So first of all, find out the forces. How many forces are along x-axis? Or find out, for example, for force number one, x component and y component. Where we know that f1x is equal to what? f1x is equal to f1 into cos of theta. Same, f2x is equal to sorry, f1y. I'm talking about f1y. We have f1y is equal to f1 into sine of theta. f1 is equal to 5 into cosine of, we have minus 20 degree, correct? This one is downward angle, so downward angle will be minus 20. So we have 5 and cosine of minus 20 equal to what? Cosine of minus 20 is cosine of 20, 0.93. 0.93 multiply with 5 equal to 4.7 something, 4.69, but I will write 4.7 Newton. Same, if 1 sine theta, if 1 is 5, we have sine minus 20. So first of all, sine minus 20, okay, sine minus 20 multiply with 5 equal to minus 1.7, minus 1.71 Newton. These are component for F1. Same component for F2 is equal to F2, and we know that F2 is equal to 8 Newton. So what are the X and Y components? So we have F2x is equal to F2 into cos theta, F2y is equal to F2 into sin theta. F2 is 8 into cosine of 60 degree. Same 8 into sine of 60 degree. Sine या cosine 60 degree multiply with 8 equal to what? Cosine 60 degree multiply with 8 is 4. First one is 4. Second one is actually sine 60 multiply with 8 is equal to 6.9. 6.9 Newton. These are forces. So now, if there is resultant, so we need to find all forces, yeah, sum of all forces along x-axis. Should I write here? I will write here. All forces along x-axis is equal to f1x plus f2x. f1x is equal to 4.7, f2x is equal to 4. So means 8.7 Newton. Okay, sum of all forces along y-axis. So we have f1y plus f2y. Okay. Sohram, cosine minus 20 give you positive value. Correct? Cosine minus is equal to positive, and we have formula for cosine value. If you study maths 1, then we have cosine alpha minus beta, or if you have 0 minus beta, so this will give you positive value. Cosine positive value. Negative is positive. Okay, f1y plus f2y. What is f1y? f1y is minus 1.71. What about f2y? So f2y is actually 6.9. So 6.9 and 1.71. 6.9 minus 1.71 is equal to 5.19. I will write 5.2 Newton. Sum of all forces in on y-axis. Now, how to find direction? So direction, theta is equal to what? Theta is equal to tan inverse. We have f of y divided by f of x. So we have tangent inverse. F of y is actually 5.2 divided by 8.7. So angle theta is equal to, okay, angle theta is tangent inverse. We have 5.2 divided by 8.7 equal to 30 degree. 30.8 or 30.9 degree. This is the magnitude of angle direction. Now you can find the acceleration as well. If mass is given, so you can find the acceleration. Like how we can find acceleration? Mass is given, so m is equal to f divided by a, or a is equal to what? F divided by m. So you need to find f. So how you can find f? You can find f by magnitude formula. Then f magnitude is equal to sum of f of x square plus f of y square. When you find the value of f, then divided by mass, because mass is given 0.3 kg. So with the help of this formula, you can find the acceleration produced in this body. Yes, clear? Yes, yes, yes.
Clear, sir.
Any question?
Not for now, sir.
Great, excellent. That is excellent, excellent. 10.1 is the acceleration. Okay, great. F is equal to 10.1. So divided by 0.3, this will give you acceleration. Great, excellent, well done. Okay,
When will
guys.
we have class tomorrow?
We have class for tomorrow, only lab class, and it will be from 8 or 9.
It will be better, sir.
8 will be better, so 8.
Yes, sir.
Okay, again there will be some 9 and 8 and 10, 9, 8, 10. Oh,
It's okay, sir. If you want, we can start at 9. Because the sun will come out at 5 o'clock, so we don't have any problem here.
okay, it depends upon you. If all are agree, so then I can arrange after evening like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I don't have any
No,
issue.
it's better to do it in the morning, sir.
Yes, it is.
9 is okay.
Yeah, 9 is okay.
Yes, sir. We don't mind.
Yes, sir. Here it says 9.
Yes, okay. How many are agree for 9? Yes. Again, there is competition 9, 10.